It absolutely does, and it even made me wonder, is it something with Karen Reed? We know that she has a chronic illness, and stress does often cause those to flare, so is she having a flare that has made her unable to get to court?
Is it ever frustrating when you look at some of the other people that covered the case, podcasters or YouTubers, people like that, that seem to have a very skewed vision of what was going on and seem to really just be there to put out a specific message for the defense, perhaps?
And I find it very interesting as well that she said she heard Karen say maybe a plow hit him, or could a plow have hit him, maybe I hit him. Where that has a problem for me is because Karen has said time and time again she saw him go into the house.
I want to talk a little bit about vicarious trauma because that's something that we don't talk about enough. And I think a lot of people don't understand. And again, for people like us that are doing the things that we do, we're hearing a lot of people's traumas and stories, as are their loved ones, as they are becoming more comfortable sharing what happened. Will you talk a little bit about how a person can deal with vicarious trauma?
I agree with you 100%. She collected some of this evidence. She did a few bits of testing just to see, is it blood, is it not blood? And then she kind of passed it on to the next person. So I think we're getting the information of what she did and that she did her job correctly, but we're not getting any real answers from her. As far as the investigation goes, there's going to be a lot to go through. And I think even if there isn't a statement from the suspect, it may not matter because they're going to be able to look at all sorts of cell phone evidence. It was clear at one point in one picture he did have a cell phone in his pocket. Doesn't mean it was on, but if it was, they'll be able to geofence that in different locations. Also, because of the crowds there's going to be tons of cell phone footage and also just security camera footage throughout the campus, and then probably along his travel routes as well. I think it's really important to acknowledge that justice looks different for all of us. And that's okay because we aren't one size fits all. We aren't all experiencing the same thing as we heal from trauma. And I think it's just really important for us to remember that whatever path an individual chooses, that's okay. As long as it involves healing at some point, ideally, but choosing to move forward through the court system, whether civil or criminal, whether to not do that is a really personal decision. And I can relate to the young lady that you spoke about earlier that said this wasn't worth it. I think they will bring in that expert to talk about the dynamics of a domestic violence relationship because it does bring out different characteristics in people, especially the longer it goes on. Have you ever felt like you were wrapped up in feeling helpless, hopeless, and unworthy? Well, then we've got an episode for you. We need you to just come alongside us right now and come alongside this guest who is going to offer you some amazing insight on how you can flip that script and turn your life into one that you know is worth living. There's been a lot surrounding the facial injuries and how did he get those from a vehicle strike? And it came to me, if they were fighting and arguing in the car, did she hit him, physically hit him in the face before he got out of the car? That could explain some of the facial injuries that haven't made sense before.
Claudia, that's a great question.